We said the things that have changed as far as whenever the name went from DBA firm to collective by DBA. And then the things that have stayed the same is still the operational support and accountability, focusing on strategy, structure, and systems. So let's talk a little bit about each of those pillars as far as what does it mean when we say strategy? What would fall into that category?
Yeah. So strategies overall, your business strategy, your client strategy. So a lot of that time, I mean, a lot of that is due to, who do you want to serve? And even though it may sound elementary, a lot of people talk about it. How do you grade your clients? What's your mission, vision, and values? And once you've kind of done some of that hard work, which maybe you come to the group already knowing that, maybe you come to collective already knowing that, and you just need to fine tune it a little bit. But once you've been able to measure and decide on different things in your business through the lens of those mission, vision, and values, it makes things a little bit easier. And that's speaking from experience on different things, right? And even here recently, a sponsor that came in the door and wanted to give us $10,000, and we're like, I don't know that this is good. And every person has an opinion, but then we went back to our mission and vision and values, and it just reinforced like, no, we're going to say no to this $10,000, even though it's $10,000. So I think part of that is on the strategy side for all businesses is looking at that, looking at your client list, looking at how you go to market, how you serve your ideal client, who is your ideal client. So a lot of that can be done independently. Uh, where we have seen that people get stuck or it's a slower process is they don't have another team beside them holding them accountable or helping them where they're weak, I guess, where they're not as strong. So we feel called to be that team and to kind of help people, stay on track to what their goals are.
Absolutely. Just being able to see it from a different perspective and offer maybe a different approach or even helping to prioritize the approach they've already decided on, but just with a different perspective. Sometimes you're just too close to the challenge at hand and you just can't see clearly what needs to happen next. And so I know our team, and even those surprise team members that will be announced soon, are very familiar, very experienced, and I would even say expert level on being able to do that and walk people through those changes. A lot of times I like to say on strategy for established firms, it's how do you create capacity within your firm? You have these ideas of you know who you want to serve, you know how you want to serve them, but you just don't have the time because you're serving people that maybe aren't as ideal. And so strategy really helps with figuring out how do I create the capacity. And then for the newer firms is really identifying that from the beginning. So you don't, like all the rest of us, get to that overcapacity and realize what have I created? This is not what I thought it was going to be.